Hello and welcome to Funny Science Fiction, the live edition. All right, welcome to Funny Science Fiction Podcast, the live edition. The podcast that encouraged Skynet to take over. We didn't actually encourage them to take over. We just kept doing our show, and they got really tired of our crap. So...
And before we get into tonight's show, we need to say thanks to our show partners, River City Tees and Level Up Lightsabers.
All right, guys, you know the drill. River City Tees.
With over 700 designs to choose from, River City Tees has something for everyone. Need some new nerd merch? River City Tees has you covered. Need funny or sarcastic designs? River City Tees has you covered. Are you looking for a new logo or custom design? Whether you need 1 or 100, River City Tees has you covered. With multiple colors and options for each and every design. With things to choose from like shirts, hoodies, phone cases, coffee mugs, and so much more. Be sure to follow River City Tees on Facebook and Instagram. If you do, you'll get the latest on designs and information about upcoming sales. River City Tees. Let's make a shirt together.
I think the only thing missing from that is the geisha fans.
Oh, need a geisha fan with a mustache on it. Anyway, that's our first show sponsor. Second show sponsor, Level Up Lightsabers. All right, and as usual, Tim, when he gets around to it, will put links for both of those in our comment section below. And if you are new here, welcome. Click like and subscribe.
Tonight,
put that banner up.
Well, let me point to the banner that didn't exist.
But does now, because, timing, it's everything. And,
Woo! We are off to a start.
it is so a Monday.
and tonight we welcome two podcasters to our live show. Frank Duran from the Warped Shelf podcast.
Frank!
Thank you. Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me back on. I haven't been on to a live show, so I'm very excited to do this with you guys.
Awesome. We are excited for you to be here.
And we also have Jeff. I'm sorry I didn't get your last name pronunciation
Jeff,
right.
Jeff, I didn't get your last name, podcaster. Awesome.
Revilla? Revilla?
I don't even care anymore.
From the I Never Knew Trivia podcast.
The pronunciation does change as you go diagonally from Maine down to California. It goes from like a real hard Revilla, and then Rabia. It changes as you move southwest.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So before we get into the show, let's have you each take a minute, tell everybody about your podcast, where people can find you, and why they should be checking you out. Frank, why don't you start us off?
Frank the Warped Shelf podcast, as you can see below my name. That you can find all the social media. That's what I did that for. Oh, it's so easy. I made it easy for you. It's so great. You should check out the Warped Shelf podcast because he do deep dives on content, and mostly movies to try to. And I do talk like if Jim didn't look Italian, I'm the one talking like an Italian with this.
Well, actually, at this point, you're talking like a robot. You are massively glitching out and going all techno on us.
I'm so sorry. My internet is absolute garbage all the time, so I'm sorry about that. It's always a thing. But but basically, we do deep dives on films and try to show you what's great about movies and film. and it's and TV shows apparently too.
Awesome. And Jeff?
Oh, I want to jinx it. I have 400 meg up, so the streaming shouldn't be a problem. But now it's going to go out because I live in a town that's the birthplace of aluminum, where Alcoa was from, and it has very old infrastructure. So while I have the speed, I don't have the consistency to stay connected. So good luck. So I'm Jeff Revilla. I don't care what you call me. I host a trivia game show podcast called The Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show Podcast. It's kind of fun. Each week, 3 people from around the world, they call in, battle it out over 3 rounds of trivia until one winner remains. We've done 100 plus episodes. And you also find me coming up. There's a big independent podcast summit coming up called Indie Pods United. Tim's going to be there. I don't know if everybody's going to be there. I know Kathleen was on the list.
Yep, I'm there too.
So we'll see on December, I think 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's 3 days. It's totally free if you want to do free, but we also have a whole VIP back end. You can check it out. It's Indie Pods United. We'll get the links to you in the show notes there, but I hope to see everybody there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's our 2nd year doing it. It's 3 straight days, 12 hours a day of live streaming podcasts, plus breakout sessions in the back. Totally fun. I think it's as low as $25 if you want to get all the extra training involved, or it's as low as free. So your choice.
Ooh, I do like free.
Where is it though? Where are you guys posting it?
It's virtual.
Oh, the World Wide Web. Very good.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
I'll be starting to post stuff on my page here shortly. Now that we're a couple weeks out from it,
And
I'll
I
be
saw a
posting
commercial.
stuff on. Yeah,
River City Teas is a sponsor of Indie Pods United, so make sure you're definitely supporting River City Teas. They're sponsoring everything.
I will be reposting all of Tim's hard work because that's just who I am as a person.
That's who I am, and that's what I do.
Right.
yay me!
I make car parts for the American working person. Because I'm an American working person, and that's who I am, and that's what I do.
Nice. Excellent.
Good stuff.
Well played, sir.
That was my
Well
Dan
played.
Aykroyd impression.
Well, I mean, you sold me on it. I didn't even know what happened. That sounds great. I might have to sign up.
For free?
Almost as fabulous. John says my hair is almost looking as fabulous as Nick's mustache.
Ooh.
I'd like to point out that I actually put time into this today, used a brush, not just a hat. So, I mean,
Whoa.
Whoa.
also means it's time for a haircut.
I actually think I'm the one who's put the least amount of effort into their appearance today. Woo! It's about time.
Well, Nick has about 5 hours of doing this with his mustache, so
Yeah, it's an all-day affair, it seems.
exactly.
said
Got to
this-
keep it clean.
I set this with a hairdryer in the morning. I can get 48 hours out of it. That's how good it is. It ain't going anywhere.
Is it also double as a hard hat?
Oh, yeah. It has protected me.
The protective shell.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Oh,
so
man.
so we'll put some information here shortly. We'll put that into the comment links as well about Indie Pods United, and we'll make sure that everybody has an opportunity to find out about Indie Pods and where you can go to find out information on that. It's going to be a great amount of fun. We did it last year, and well, actually, I did it by myself last year through Focused on Forward, and only 2 hours in the salon for this. Thank you very much, Drayton. But it's a good time. It's a good show. A lot of educational information and about podcasting, but also there's going to be some good shows. A lot of podcasts will be doing live shows virtually, and so it's a great opportunity for people to kind of come in.
That's going to be a giant crossover event, you know?
Mhm.
It's going to be like this podcast crossing over with this podcast, and you guys will be recording episodes, and it'll be podcasts everywhere.
It's gonna make
Exactly.
ABC's crossover events look like nothing.
ABC ain't got nothing on us.
How-
So down
how's it compared to a CW crossover event?
Oh, those are just.
not as much teen drama and angst, but
Oh, but we can bring the teen drama and angst if they want it.
Come on, KFC and Lifetime had a better crossover than CW. Let's be serious.
If you can get the WB and the CW together, that would be the ultimate.
That would be.
Yeah,
great.
just put it on
WB.
HBO Max. Just put it on HBO Max. Just put that good stuff on there.
Kitty kitty.
A
I don't know.
cat.
He crawled in and wanted to say hi, I guess.
Hello, kitty, kitty.
And don't
It's
put
the
them on the
cat.
screen because the other cats are going to get jealous.
It's the cat yours.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on into our topic for tonight. So we brought Frank here and we brought Jeff here to help us pick out kids shows that aren't sci-fi, were never intended to be sci-fi. And when I say kids shows, I mean Dora the Explorer, Paw Patrol, Thomas the Tank Engine, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Yo Gabba Gabba. These shows aren't sci-fi, but we're going to do our best to make them sci-fi, or at least go down in flames doing it. So,
I'm voting option number 2.
it's definitely flames over
I
here.
could do this all day. I could do this all day. Pitching kid shows and then being like, "It's that sci-fi." Like, come on. This is. Tim started asking me questions and I couldn't stop. I was like, I had to stop messaging him. I had to just keep writing things down. I was just like, eh.
Drayton, I did not know that points were available, so I'm going to start using bigger words if that's what. And I just need to know what my reward points are good for, and what I get out of them.
Can we trade them in some money?
That'd be nice.
Dogecoin.
All right. So each of us are going to tell you our picks, and how we'll tell you the show we picked, how we're altering the show to make it sci-fi. And basically, we're repitching the show to you guys as an audience. But feel free to comment along in the comment section, right along with us. Tell us what you like, what you don't like about our selections, or what you think would have been a better choice. What are you doing over there, Nick?
So the cat is sitting on my notes, and I'm trying to get to him, and he's like swatting me away. So I'm like kung fuing with the cat over here.
By the time my cat is securely on the other side of the door, where he just sits there and cries like a little baby.
Exactly.
I just look at the screen at just the right time to see Nick going all master of kung fu over there. All right, well, Nick, since you got the
Does he have his notes available?
Do you have your notes available?
Yeah, I'm managed to grab them.
All right.
And to steal them back.
Tell us about your show and why it can be a sci-fi.
Well, I chose Dora the Explorer.
That's Explorer. Get it right.
Explorer.
Saying Exploradora.
And Tim did mention her backpack could be a replicator. I mean, it just random items come out of anywhere. But I thought it would be fun if it was done, like, if they redid the show, like, how would it be on an alien planet? So they'd have, like...
The giant red chicken doesn't say they're already on an alien planet?
Well, I was thinking, like, they'd have, like, an android or something named Data, and it'd be like, Data.
It has a jingle.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
And
Kermit Plus is like, and signs.
And I mean, could you like imagine her teaching Klingon to like some people? Be like, can you say today is a good day to die?
Oh my goodness.
And then she'd be like, go ahead.
I just want to see her pull like a battle out of her backpack. You're like, shink.
And then she could like be like, repeat after me. Heck, God.
Bet you can't say that 3 times fast.
I can't. I had to write it down and listen to it like 1,000 times just to.
The dedication. I loved it. I love the dedication. I was going to say, I immediately go to Dora, the Green Lantern Explorer, and she can just go around the galaxy as a Green Lantern being like, where are we going next? And then Matt comes out of the ring, like boom. And she's
that would be perfect.
green things.
Dora could save the Green Lantern franchise.
It could not be any worse than the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yeah.
Could not. And actually, I think Ryan Reynolds would probably endorse that version of Green Lantern over it.
Sponsored by Aviator Gin.
I always say that Green Lantern movie, at least it got Sinestro, right? You know, like at least I got like a screen accurate, awesome Sinestro. And that's all I wanted, you know, like the movie sucked. It's just awful. But you're like, hey, he looks nice. And you're like, but I don't got anything else to say. I don't got anything.
And now all I can hear is Sinestro, no Sinestroing. I mean, I don't know how you don't Sinestroing something, but, you know, it could be a thing.
It could work.
Exactly.
But I love it. I love it. And I mean, Miss Foley points out that the Reading Rainbow is broadcast from the holodeck. That same thing, Dora the Explorer could just be like, hey, today we're go on a holodeck tour of 1930s jazz clubs with Patrick Stewart. And you're like, what? What's happening?
Well, that was my pick.
That could be a thing.
That's a fantastic pick.
That's a good pick, Nick. That's a good pick. And if nothing else, it was worth the price of admission to hear you do some Klingon as Dora.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm actually surprised though that you're not just fluent in Klingon. Like,
I know someone who used to.
All of the random things.
I will second that. I thought, because last night when you said, I'm going to throw in some Klingon, I thought, holy crap, he knows Klingon. So I thought we were getting a lot more Klingon. So.
That's awesome.
No.
Drayton says, I thought Sinestro was a prescription drug for old people. Could
Mark
be.
Strong is like, but Jesus.
Don't use Sinestro if you're exposed to the color green. So. All right, Kathleen, tell us about your pick.
My pick is amazing. And I'm totally not using it just to gain points with my daughter. That would be ridiculous.
Lies, all lies.
I like the theme song already.
I just gotta get things to cooperate.
This is my pick for my theme song.
Oh goodness, she's gonna hate me for this. Anyway, hold on, loading. There it goes.
Oh,
it's
I didn't even
Paw
think
Patrol.
about backgrounds.
We are totally taking Paw Patrol to the sci-fi that it should be, that it probably already is anyway. But obviously, talking dogs, they must be aliens. It just makes sense to me. But you also then have Mayor Humdinger and the Kitten Catastrophe crew. So I can't make this crap up. Somebody else already did that.
It's weird to hear it from math. That's the only thing. You're like, what'd you say? What about the Kitten Disaster crew? What?
John, make her look at the TV.
And
Mayor Humdinger?
Oh yes, Mayor Humdinger. He is the villain. He's the villain who loves color purple and hates dogs and has a kitten catastrophe crew. Yes.
Okay, why not?
Okay.
you could totally have
Huh?
You could totally have a Fantastic Four crossover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got your construction worker, your firefighter. Can't see, stupid StreamYard. Your police officer. Sorry, Chase.
So you have the village people, but in dogs.
Helicopter crew.
Yes,
Your
that's the
scuba
pitch
crew.
of the show. That was the whole pitch.
Recycling crew. Yeah, pretty much. It's a Justice League, but with Paw Patrol.
I immediately go, oh yeah, take Octonauts to space too. Like if I see Paw Patrol in space, I'm like, Aquanauts are underwater already. They can already take this.
They
to
could totally
space.
do it.
Let's go. Let's send it up. But again, I'll bring up they could all be Green Lanterns. This Green Lantern idea, it works for everything.
See, okay, so John, I'm totally okay with being part of the Paw Patrol crew as long as she doesn't care about the fact that I have cat ears on, because I'm not part of the Kitten Catastrophe crew, because nobody likes them except for Mayor Humdinger.
So I have never watched a single second of this show.
Next
Ever.
time my kid comes over, we'll change that.
It's like Seinfeld, but with Green Lantern.
Just don't threaten you.
Don't you threaten me like that, Kathleen. So is this show basically the original premise? Like, is it dogs versus cats? Is that what's going on?
It is. So the dogs are the superheroes, and
Nazis.
obviously it's yeah. Mayor Humdinger has his kitten catastrophe crew because he is the mayor of Soggy Bottom and wants to be the mayor of Adventure Bay instead. So he attempts, yes, Soggy Bottom.
Okay, just checking.
Confirmed.
Just wanted to know if you heard it right. That's all. He's just like, I don't
That's
know.
all
if
I
heard
need to know. I was taking in a beverage, and I wanted to make sure that there wasn't something in the drinking noises that was something else.
The Soggy Bottom jeans.
So
Next, by Flo Rida.
The Paw Patrol saves frequently in episodes.
Paw Patrol's
The
light.
character that Paw Patrol has to save is actually Chickaletta, Mayor Goodway, the mayor of Adventure Bay's chicken.
I literally my wife
My wife.
my wife for a living, and she teaches kindergarten music during the day, and then at night dance, and she was explaining to me who Chickaletta was, and I was just sitting there being like, so it's the mayor's chicken.
Yes.
And she's like, yes. And I was like, why does the mayor have a chicken? And she was like, well, they're all animals. And I was like, wait, is Chickaletta like sentient like the rest of them? Is this a goofy Pluto situation? Is this a weird situation where you're like, is Pluto a dog? Or is he like Goofy and is also a dog? You're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, yes, he's right. All chickens in animation should be out.
I'll second that.
Yep. No, and that's the thing is that the chicken the chicken doesn't talk. The chicken, the dogs talk. The cats don't. Like,
yeah, you're like, what? Wait, what happened here?
The kitten catastrophe crew doesn't talk, and the chickens
It's
and
already
the
a
dogs
sci-fi.
talk.
I call that Paw Patrol is already a sci-fi. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Who genetically altered these puppies? Like,
Ryder genetically altered the puppies. That's why he has them.
There's so much wrong with the show.
And yet, it's actually a very entertaining show.
No, I meant our show, not Paw Patrol.
Oh yeah, no, you're totally right on that one. This show's messed up. Paw Patrol is actually well written.
So there's that.
so
And
there's that.
I can't get behind this enough right here. Travis, well done you. Muppets present Kermit's Quantum Leap. I would so pay to see Kermit going back in time and all over the place, jumping into people's lives. And oh my God.
Quantum leap. Just a little leap. Just a tiny little leap. It's fine.
Kermit the Frog taking a little leap.
Yeah, it'd be great. Oh man.
I think the
Okay.
Kermit voice is just getting better because of the techno distortion.
Yeah. Oh, Mecha Kermit. There you go. Frank gets to be Mecha Kermit.
All Muppets and Gundams. That's what we're going for next. We're just like, all the Muppets get Gundams, all custom Gundams. It's going to be great. Gonzo's counterattack. You're like, Gonzo, no!
Oh, that would be great fun. Oh man. All right, so very good.
Back to my boring one.
Is that? No, you know what? You said it was gonna. You were gonna be hot garbage, and I thought you did pretty good. That was a.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
great
other than the
because I
fact
was like,
that you're.
huh?
Yeah. Other than the fact that your character's the mayor of Soggy Bottom and has a kitten catastrophe crew. Other than that, I mean, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. But it's a kids show, so hey, whatever.
I'm pretty sure these are the same people that thought that Sharknado was a good option.
There's 5 of those.
For a kid
So
show?
it wasn't just like a thing. Like, let's go NATO again. Let's go NATO some sharks again. And let's go for a fourth
Right.
time.
They should have Sharknado versus Whale-nado.
I'm down for
Whale
it.
shark-
And I think
whale
Sci-Fi's
Sharknado.
sitting there with notes right now. Sci-Fi's like, what, Nick? What'd you say? We'll do it. We'll do it.
We've
I
already
don't care.
tapped your computer and are listening to you.
Sci-Fi channel will make anything. The other day I learned about the Dune version that they made, and I was like,
Wait,
what? Sci-Fi just did a whole Dune option, and you're like, and we're like, yeah, we did everything, and we did the next 2 books, and you're like, what, Sci-Fi? What? Like,
So how much? So in comparison with what Sci-Fi typically puts out on their channel, how much meth were they on when they put the show together for their version of Dune?
probably as much cocaine as David Lynch was on when he made his. Like,
Well,
you're just
you got
like,
me there.
you're like, I mean, that was the 80s. I'm not our 70s, 80s.
Fast,
it was
Fast
just
11
Hollywood.
Sharknado.
You're just like, oh, jeez.
Nice. All right, Frank, tell us
I'm
about
getting a
your
message
pick.
from my wife being like, who patrols the Paw Patrol? Sorry.
Catastrophe Club.
Crew!
And why?
Insane.
Who funds the Paw Patrol is my wife's next question. And why is Ryder the same level as the mayor? Who is Ryder? Why is he on the same level?
Right. When he's supposed to be a kid, why is he getting all of the same abilities?
Wait, Ryder's a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a 10-year-old boy
Missed
who
that somewhere.
has a group of dogs who talk to him.
I'll
So
go with
it's-
Sesame
it's-
Street as an geez.
Yeah.
As an urban dystopian post-apocalyptic teen romance. Wow.
I just pictured like Big Bird as the sparkly vampire kind of thing. Why do you sparkle?
And all I could envision was it Snuffleupagus with a big rack of bullets over his sling over his shoulder.
And all I had in mind was garbage. Was Oscar the Grouch in the front of the Mad Max vehicle as it drives forward? He's just like blowing in the wind. Oh,
Nice.
John,
Early test run.
good one there. Life
finds a way. Well done.
That's
All right,
awesome.
Frank, tell us what you got.
So I of course got a lot of them. So they're gonna come out a little rapid fire. Let me know which ones stick to you guys. Because this is like a pitch elevator. I got a couple ones for you. Don't worry. I got, of course, Thomas the Tank Engine turns into Thomas the Class D Starship, and it's just Thomas, it's just Star Trek, but it's all Thomas the Tank Engine characters. And Sir Topham Hatt, of course, is Sector 39 or 31, which is what's the one that regulates the time that they have to they go through time and they check time. Who's the,
Yes.
Come on, you sci-fi guys, you guys all know this. I know you know this.
Yes.
But basically, yes, of course. But moving on, yes, of course, Thomas the Tank Engine would of course be fantastic as every.
I have a question. And this
Yes.
is kind of like how does a cat wear pants? This is the 2 legs in the front, the 2 legs. So where would you put the face on the Enterprise? Is it on the top or is it on the bottom?
It can't be the bottom. It can't be that little jet propeller. Like that would just be. That would be so weird.
But then he's like a stingray, right? He's like a stingray, Thomas the Enterprise.
Well, you could put the face down on the bottom if like the top could be their hat.
Yeah, Sir Topham Hatt. Is it?
Sorry, you said, how does a cat wear pants? And I'm like, I don't know, but I know how a cat wears sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
right.
I should not be allowed to have a green screen.
This one's not very deep idea, but if you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a mouse a time machine, and then it's just H.G. Wells a time machine, just
With a mouse.
with a mouse. That's it. That's the whole pitch.
That's all he's got.
You could turn, if you give a mouse a cookie, if you gave a mouse a time machine, make the time machine a DeLorean, call him Marty McMouse, and retell Back to the Future.
Can you imagine? They're just like just squeaking at each other and like the whole time. That'd be awful.
And now I want to meet the rat that's Doc Brown with the
I was
frizzy
just
hair.
gonna say, is Doc Brown a rat? Because that would only make sense.
Well, he has to be.
And you will find out later that we have just the guest
Who could do it?
do those.
Ooh, we do.
I was
Look at
listening
Nick.
to Paulson.
Look at Nick dropping the plug.
I was listening to the Paulson episode today, of course. I, of course, was like, is that Pinky on the Funny Science Fiction podcast? I was like, holy crap. I had to listen to it immediately. Fantastic work, guys. That was a great episode.
Oh, thank
Did you get to the cameo, the guest co-host?
I didn't get all the way. I didn't get to finish it. I was on it was one of those things that I got out of my car.
I totally get it. My 3-year-old decided to barge in while we were interviewing, so she got to talk to Rob Paulson, which
walked in, she's
made
like,
his
"Hi."
day. It's fantastic.
She was like, "Hi, I'm Honora."
Honora, Tim. It's Honora. She'll tell you that you said it wrong.
Yes, I know, and I say that directly for her so she can correct me, because I know she's in the other room listening, and I know she heard me say her name wrong.
There's a whole big meltdown at the Renfest when the Queen said her name wrong.
I know what I was doing.
I wish I could make.
Because I love it when I say her name wrong, and she's like, "No, it's Honora." Yes, ma'am.
Yes, correct.
I
And now-
based
now
a
she's
D&D
gotta say
character off of
anything
her for a reason.
All right, so what else you got there, Frank?
Instead of real monsters, real aliens, it's just aliens instead of monsters, and it's the same thing. It's the same premise. You can pitch it. It's great. The Doctor meets Ratatouille. I love that. That's fantastic. The
That could be
Doctor.
interesting.
The Doctor, it's almost not, it doesn't make, you just send the Doctor into anything and it makes it sci-fi. And you're like, oh. And then I had The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but the Sweet is on the Enterprise D. So they're just running around causing mischief, and Picard is pissed.
One of the kids has to be renamed Wesley at that point, so.
Exactly. It's gotta go that way. I literally was just sitting on Netflix being like, okay, what's a kid's show? I'm like, wow, I don't know many kids shows. Time to fucking sorry. Dang, I bought you guys a coffee. I'm so bad. I just sat there on the category and just like tried to come up with as much as I possible. Number one thing that came across to me on Netflix that is, how has Pokemon not done a whole space game? How and series? How have we not had like a full space Pokemon series where all the Pokemon are like aliens, but of course they're just normal Pokemon because they're aliens. And you just do like it like what? How has that not happened?
It's actually intelligent life, like on other planets, but the Pokemon trainers are like, "Oh, it's a new Pokemon," and just throw Pokeballs at the aliens.
Exactly. They're like, "Hey, we're here to meet you," and then they're like, right into the ball. Like you're just like, "Hey, no, hold on."
Hey, George. Just shouting out to George.
Hey-o.
He said, "Hey-o," so,
Hey-o. Hey-o.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, so those are all pretty good. I like the fact that you kept putting Green Lantern into things. That makes fun. So yeah. Oh, there it goes. Sorry.
And of course,
agrees with Frank. Pokemon are from Mars.
Yes, I feel that. And finally, of course, Scooby-Doo should. There's no reason why that should not be Green Lantern. All Scooby-Doo should be Green Lantern, obviously.
I feel like they've done that crossover somewhere.
Right? I'm like, now that I'm saying it, I'm like, wait a minute, have I seen that? Like, is that something? It's like when you hear music and you're like, oh, I like this one. You're like, that's because it's the same as that other song. And you're like,
right.
It's just and Scooby-Doo. It's just an old miner with a lantern in it, but they rip his mask off. It's just the guy who wanted to buy the town for $30.
Alan Scott turned out just scamming the kids.
It's Telly Savalas. They're like, hey, baby. Like, what? Why are you on a kid show?
So I gotta show this
Nice.
to you because
You found
Oh,
it.
boy.
Bum, 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 bum.
You found
I
it.
did.
Oh my
They
god!
actually
And
already
Green
made
Arrow. Yes.
a comic book of it.
That's fantastic. Love that. Warner Brothers does not. They're just like, here, please do crossovers. We don't care. Like, go wild. That is nuts. That's so funny. But of course,
Wow.
I always say the better pitch for Scooby-Doo would be to do a sort of adultish version of Scooby-Doo where they fight all the scary things that Warner Brothers owns. I don't know if that, some Conjuring things, some Annabelle maybe. Like,
They did a Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover.
yes, I saw that. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely insane. I was watching that being like, they spent a lot of time on this. Like Dr. Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
I like that.
And they couldn't do any worse with that than the Fantastic Four have done with the inceptions of Doctor Doom. So,
Did you ever
why
see-
not? It's worth a try.
Anybody could do better than anybody else. Throw spaghetti
Oh.
against the wall, please. Anybody.
Especially the 2015 reboot where I was like getting bamboo shoots under my fingernails the entire time.
Hey, that one. That was definitely one of the like worst superhero movies I've ever seen. Was that one? And I thought the last Fantastic Four was one of the worst ones I ever seen. I was like, wow, this is outpacing. Like,
it makes the 70s version look really good.
Right? You're just like, wow, they really got the costumes right in the 70s version.
Right. Sadly enough.
Sadly, but that's the thing is, I feel like it's kind of crazy we haven't seen a Disney Plus show announced for Fantastic Four. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong saying that? Is that like they own Fantastic Four now? They should either do the movie or a show. Just kind of.
I have a theory.
Yeah, he's got a theory.
So
I
have a theory. And John, that's a hard pass. Hard pass. Not because of you, but because of the Captain America. Don't know if I can do
You
that.
might be able to get him to watch another musical, though.
Yeah,
musical might happen better than that.
We'll see.
Be Arthur's
but especially not that. So here's before we go to Jeff real quick. Here's my theory. My theory is that they started planting for Fantastic Four during WandaVision. If you look at the board when Rambo's writing on the board, there are number 4s written in the Fantastic Four style, and she's talking about a group of people or things that she's going to, that she can, doctors that she can work with. I'm pretty sure she's talking about Reed Richards without saying Reed Richards.
I agree.
I think that through the Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness, is where we'll see the Fantastic Four reintroduced with a proper introduction, because he'll have to come in and help Doctor Strange.
I think Multiverse of Madness has a lot going on right now, and so does No Way Home. So they both have a lot. I don't know if you saw the poster that dropped today and the trailer that's coming tomorrow, but they literally got the Doc Ock claws coming up to Peter, and then they have Green Goblin in the background and the Electro spikes in from shooting on the bottom of the frame, and you're like, okay, they got Jamie Foxx back. They got William Dafoe back. This movie's got too much going on. I'm so excited. I'm so I can't put it into words that like we're finally gonna get a Sinister Six, like, and it's gonna like actually properly happen. Like that's going to blow my mind. And that's all I want from this movie. Sinister Six. That's all I want.
Hey, as long as they keep Fox's fingers out of it and it was more Marvel than Fox, we're going to be fine.
It's Sony you got to worry about. What are you talking about? There's Venom and Venom 2, and you're saying that Fox is the one to blame? Like Sony is out here making Venom.
Well, that's true. So, all right,
and
Jeff.
Morbius. So we'll hope that's good.
Yeah,
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
I don't have much hope. It's Jared Leto. I'm not a big fan. So I still hold him to blame for everything wrong with the Joker. All right, so Jeff, before we go on too much longer of a tangent here, we want to give you a chance to talk too. So
hey, thanks.
no
Travis is gonna love this one. I think my whole idea has already been said and guessed. But I want to take everybody to the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse where you can come inside. It's fun inside, and one of the things they have inside the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is this thing called a Mouse-Cadooer. And when Mickey Mouse goes up to this thing, and it gives you like tools and clues and question marks things, but one day it malfunctions, and it sends Mickey into the quantum realm. He's skipping through time. He's skipping through people. It is the Quantum Leap Mickey Mouse Club. But what we didn't know is the Mouse-Cadooer is powered by plutonium, which also runs the Toon Car. So Donald has to get in the Toon Car with the plutonium and chase Mickey through time and space to try to put this whole thing back together. But what are you gonna? Who's gonna help you? Goofy? It's not going to ever be resolved. It's a series that can go on forever. It's the Doctor Who of kids sci-fi shows.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Hot dog.
Oh, please don't start that.
Too late.
Too bad. Seriously, one of the catchiest tunes ever. I
hate that song so much because that's going to be stuck in my head for days now.
Would you rather I sing Nickelback?
Yes.
Yes.
This is how you remind me.
Copyright. Hold on.
Funny Science Fiction is not the owner of any of the songs you are currently hearing.
But Jeff, I think that's a fantastic idea. I think
it was already said. The whole idea that I had was already given out to everybody else. But I stuck to it. I wrote it out.
Please don't.
That's good. I like that.
And Kingdom Hearts
great. You're
is over
mentioning
there
Back
being
to the
like,
Future.
what?
Oh, great. You're mentioning the Quantum Leap. Oh, great. There's my idea.
If any major corporations have any lawsuits, please contact the Stuff I Never Knew Trivia podcast.
We don't know nothing.
They'll be happy to help you out. No, actually, Jeff, I think that's a great pitch, and I think that would be a ton of fun to watch. Especially because I want to hear Pluto be like, or not Pluto, but Goofy rather be like, where are we going today?
Beverly Hills.
Where are we leaping today, Mickey?
Oh boy!
I was about to get it out. Oh boy, let's go!
Really, really tackling those social issues of the past,
Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh gosh, he's like Mickey seeing himself. He's like, "Oh, Walt, you shouldn't have been racist like that." Oh.
He has to right all of Walt's wrongs. That's it.
Right, he's like, Walt, the song of the South is just a bad idea. Let's just leave that one out.
He goes into Walt's backyard and knocks over a little toy train set he always shows off. Look at my train set. Yeah, screw you, Walt. I don't know how that fixes anything, but it'd just be awesome.
It sends ripples through the timeline.
Nice.
Next time on What If?
Well, maybe that'll be part of season 2. Season 2 is coming of What If. I mean,
confirmed.
Oh God, that would be hysterical to walk. Mickey just walk out and kick the train set over and be like, "Screw you!"
What the heck, Walt?
Damn it, Walt!
Oh. Every show is just him mad at Walt.
Today on Fixing Real Issues in Racism, Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney.
Yay!
Wow. So apparently Jason and Nick are having their own conversation about pictures. They were the pictures I recommended. I'm going to buy them for you.
Do we need them right here on the walls?
If you want pictures of my feet are available on OnlyFans. If that's what you're talking about.
A plug, smart plug.
Yeah, smart plug. Hey, OnlyFans. Fins.
Oh, man,
Wait, did you say only fins? Because that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's a fish store. Yeah. That's an exotic fish store.
Yeah, Holmes.
Now we're getting into the weird sci-fi ideas where like only tentacles, and you're like,
Almost-
oh, we're getting weird here.
$10.
No,
to
that's
show you my
hentai.
fins.
Different topic. All right. And
Tim.
moving on.
I wish to be
Yes,
excluded
moving
from
on.
this narrative.
Okie dokie. All right. So I picked Yo Gabba Gabba. Now, Yo Gabba
How is
Gabba.
that not
in
a
its own-
sci-fi? Hold on.
Oh, I have a little bit of a twist I'm going to throw at it.
Okay.
All right. So it's already, you have to be on some level of high painkillers in order to be able to appreciate this show as it is, or 3. So there's no middle ground. You have to be 2 to 3 years of age or high. I don't think there's a middle ground for level of appreciation.
And it's
of
pretty
what the
much
show
the
can.
same thing.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant high on 3 different things.
That might actually help, Jeff.
Yeah.
That might actually help. In my version, DJ Lance Rock, the guy in the big orange poofy hat, is from the planet Gabba. Now he has to wear that fuzzy hat because it hides his antenna. Okay. Now he's been sent to the planet Earth to subjugate the Earthlings by means of subliminal messages hidden in what seem to be helpful songs.
Hold on. You're not even pitching anything here. You're just breaking a case open right now. We're learning about Yo Gabba Gabba.
It's entirely possible. But here's where the switch comes. So they say Yo Gabba Gabba because that's the greeting that they would give on their planet. And then they know if somebody else is from the planet Gabba because they look like Earthlings, but just with their hats on. Now, the 5 things that he shows up with in the boombox, the 5 little creatures, those aren't actual real creatures. Those are just toys. They're caricatures of creatures from the planet Gabba that he carries with him to remind him of home. And when he's gone, they come to life, Toy Story style. And they act out his songs, and they write him new material to help him. So every day when he comes home, there's a new song, and he thinks it's a transmission from his home planet.
That goes deep, Tim. I will say that goes deep.
And then the boombox that he shows is a shrunken version of their ship that takes them home in between missions.
This is good. This could fly.
Where does the frog
That's all
come
I got.
Where's Green Lantern? I'm confused.
Oh, I just had a good one though. Rescue Rangers as Green Lanterns. Boom! That's a good one. Just Chip and Dale as Green Lanterns. Sorry.
I just had another one.
I would actually pay to see that one.
Yeah, right. That one, money. Here you go.
Zaboomafoo with but
Say who, what now?
Zaboomafoo,
So that's not Klingon.
but as a Mystery Science
You'll clean it up.
3000 type.
Ooh, I could totally see Zaboomafoo as Mystery Science Theater. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
It's like
Darkwing
Wildcraft.
Darkwing
No, I think that's actually a thing. That is actually a thing. I'm pretty sure. We could look that up.
The
Blippi
only
as
other
Morpheus in the Matrix.
Ah!
No, Blippi. No,
No
we shouldn't
Blippi
no, we're
anything.
not bringing up Blippi in this show at all. We're not bringing up Caillou. We're not bringing up.
I
what's
almost
another cursed one.
Peppa Pig.
Peppa tries hard. Leave Peppa alone.
Peppa's banned from my
Actually-
house.
I honestly almost used Caillou.
Don't use Caillou.
Because I almost
that's
used
Green
Caillou
Lantern.
because I was gonna. No, actually, before all this, but actually, yeah, you could make him as Green Lantern. Actually, he'd have to be Sinestro because I hate him. But I was gonna make Caillou a rare hairless alien.
No. Okay, my Caillou pitch though. He's just a hitman from Hitman, and that's the reason why he's bald. And they put the barcode on the back of his head, and he's all along played by Caillou.
Nice.
My second choice was actually Magic School Bus. That is just like, that felt like a cop out to me. That felt like it was too
It is
easy.
a sci-fi, you know.
It is.
Like
She's
she-
obviously
she
a
is-
Time Lord.
I was saying she's already a Time Lord, yeah.
Yeah,
So.
no, that's
The
a
school
TARDIS.
bus is a TARDIS that actually has a chameleon circuit that works.
So
That's pretty good.
Looney Tunes did do a DC crossover, and they Daffy Duck was Green Lantern.
Yes,
or
I knew it. I knew I'd
Duck,
seen that.
Duck Dodgers.
Duck Dodgers.
Duck that is. And yes, we know that Darkwing Duck and Duck are not. It's not the same. We know they're different ducks. There's many different ducks, but you know,
Howard.
it's still good to see a duck as a Green Lantern.
However, speaking about Looney Tunes, I'm excited. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So-
So
Oh,
speaking of
yeah.
Looney Tunes,
We'll
Before
get there.
we get to our wrap up, just real
We're
quick,
getting there.
Jeff, remind us real quick where everybody can find your show, and tell us a little bit more about Indie Pods, please.
It's on PBS. It's called Dinosaur Train, but the conductor isn't a dinosaur. The conductor is Green Lantern. That's the trick.
Oh, I can see that.
You can also find me performing my show live, the Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show podcast, at the link below at hopin.events. Free tickets for everybody. There is a premium ticket. You can elevate if you want to get some free training, learn about podcasting, learn about live streaming, live video. That's paid, but it's not necessary. Totally join us for free. My show is the Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show podcast. Each week, 3 players from around the world call in and battle it out over 3 rounds of trivia until one remains. It's very Squid Games like. There's only one. There can be only one. We could did
callers.
Nobody did Highlander as a kid sci-fi. Oh,
it's not really a kids thing, is it? If you have to chop people's head off to make it happen, like.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Highlander 2 did turn into a sci-fi, which was
I just want to hear Mickey yell, "There can only be one."
There can be only one, Walt. He chops Walt's head off.
And then it goes in a jar and it becomes. It goes
and then
into drama.
Plot twist: Mickey Mouse was always Green Lantern.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't read the comment fully before I got it up there. John, you were at the banning.
What did he say this time?
Is that a thing?
I wasn't paying attention to him.
It shouldn't have been on the page.
Ah! John Was.
He's banned.
I
Double
will
banned.
Deal with him accordingly.
Oh.
All right, Frank, tell us about your show.
I'm the Warp Shelf podcast with my buddy Deshaun. You can check us out weekly, the Warp Shelf, wherever you get your podcast, but you can watch our beautiful faces on YouTube at the Yep Prank channel. So you can just kind of type in Yep Prank and you'll find it.
Yep.
And I really want to thank you guys for having me on again. It's wonderful to be with you guys. And
I'm a little bit sad nobody's buying us any coffee, but it's okay.
I will be buying you coffee. I got the word half out. I'm buying coffee. Yeah, that's my bad. I try so hard.
If anybody else would like to buy Funny Science Fictional coffee, it's right there in the links in the comments section. You can find it. We genuinely would appreciate your support.
Yeah, if that
All
doesn't
right,
give you an
Nick, go ahead.
invitation.
All right. So last Friday, we were so excited to welcome Rob Paulson to the Funny Science Fiction podcast. Rob is the voice of Yakko Warner, Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron, Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and so many more. Let's watch our promo. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Rob?
I think so, Nick, but if Jack's black and Betty's white, is Marvin gay? No.
Gee, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
Hello, this is Pinky,
A.K.A. Rob Paulson.
and you genius people, are listening to the Funny Science Fiction podcast. No.
And you can still find that episode of Funny Science Fiction on our YouTube channel and your favorite audio podcast providers. And remember, your subscription to our YouTube channel is a major help. So please don't forget to click, like, and subscribe as you watch the videos.
Okay. All right, and this.
I just want to real quick. I got to throw this in. I'm not saying your lines for you. I'm just interrupting you. It's a
You're
big
not
difference.
this time. That is an improvement.
There's a big difference. I just want to also say that not only did Rob Paulson do that bit in for the intro for us, but there's a really great part in there about Carl Weezer It's fantastic. It's perhaps one of my favorite things. I nearly fell out of my chair.
It's gonna happen.
And he said all your guys' name as Pinky or right at the beginning, and I was like, dang, that was I would have been so starstruck.
I've made it as a podcaster at that point.
Yeah, it was good times. So anyway, if you guys haven't watched it, honestly, it's one of the. I'm always very proud of everything we do here on Funny Science, except for this show right now. But I'm very proud of everything that we do. But it's a hysterical episode. Rob is he's a genius, really. So please check it out.
And a born and bred Michigander, which
that
just
is
made
true.
me happy.
Like, I don't want to brag or anything, but I just noticed when I put my arms up, I can open a time portal. Watch this. Ready? Oh!
Yes,
there it is. There it is. I don't want to be like, nice. It's not a big deal.
All right.
Nice.
There you go. He's a doctor. He opens.
Time portal for a limited time only.
I guess that's how pasty I am. The computer can't pick up my.
Oh, goodness.
Nice.
All right. So last week was Rob Paulson. This week on Funny Science Fiction, our guest is the voice of Porky Pig, along with Bucky the Winter Soldier and Bucky the Squirrel and Llama Sue. He's got a lot of things. Let's watch the promo.
Come again? I can't understand that word you're saying. What do you mean you can't understand me? I talk fine. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You don't even speak English. Well, I try. Hi, this is Bob Bergen, and welcome to the Funny Science Fiction Podcast, folks.
Oh my God, that's amazing! Holy smokes, that's incredible.
We're getting some pretty cool guests lately. Like, this is pretty exciting.
You guys are striding. You guys are really striding.
We went from Quark to Pinky to Porky Pig. I mean, come on, how much cooler can we get?
Good run.
We also had Quackerjack.
We did have Quackerjack. I can't forget him. Quackerjack.
Yeah.
That's right. So we are thrilled to welcome Bob Bergen to the Funny Science Fiction Podcast. Bob, in this episode, gives us some insight into the voice acting world, what it's like to voice iconic characters when he gets to come back and work on them over and over again. It's a great episode, lots of laughs, and even some really cool conversations between Bucky and Porky, and
Bucky.
It's a good time.
And Bucky and Bucky, that one was a fun one too. Sorry.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Nick mentioned Quackerjack, so I have to show it off again because I'm excited. My mother hates that. My mother hates it so much.
How much did she hate us those couple weeks?
Oh, just a lot. But I think it all got made up when the picture from Armin Shimmerman showed up at her house.
Nice. We may have been on a hit list for a while until that happened.
Just a little bit. And she's a scary little lady. I mean,
wow. Hey.
Whoa.
So Drayton's letting us know that we have hit 172,000 members on Funny Science Fiction. Our group is growing by leaps and bounds. So if you haven't joined our Facebook group, now's a good opportunity to go to Facebook, look up Funny Science Fiction. You'll find a podcast page, which you're, of course, welcome to follow, which has to do more with this show. But then also the channel the page that started everything for us is the Funny Science Fiction group. So, John, you're always going to be on the hit list.
I was dying at a
close
meme
enough I
on
can hit him.
there talking about we were talking about kid shows. They were talking about the Jetsons that was on the group this past week, and how George Jetson is probably going to be conceived this Thanksgiving and born next year. And you're like,
Yes.
we are living in the future.
We still don't have our hoverboards that we were promised in Back to the Future, but it's okay.
At least we got the zipping shoes. At least we got that, I guess.
Right?
You know,
I
like-
really, really hope, though, that there is somebody with the last name of Jetson who names their baby boy born next year George.
Right?
Please.
Just make it happen.
Please.
That's how you raise your child to greatness.
Put him in a little white spandex suit, name him George. Let's make this happen.
At least we know all his job will consist of is pushing a button. So.
Right?
Oh, it is the future. It's technology.
And he can afford a house that flies.
And a robot.
In Cloud City, it looks like.
In Cloud City, which is expensive real estate. Everyone knows Cloud
It's
City is
premium.
very expensive. It's
yes,
now
Back to the
out
Future is now the past, which is weird.
That's
Not sad at
we
all.
didn't even get Jaws 23. Like I feel gypped is basically it. You know, like where's Jaws 23?
Well, if you take all the shark movies and
Right. Sharknadoes are actually just Jaws sequels.
They have
that nobody asked
They have
for.
Sharknado 72 coming up, so don't worry about it.
He'll just do
All
whatever.
right. We
Well,
are
again,
over
Jeff,
an hour.
Frank,
Like
yeah,
this
we're
guy.
over. But Jeff, Frank, thank you so much for being on the show. Really appreciate you guys being here. Everybody, go check out their shows and show them some love.
Hey, Jeff.
They've got some,
Yabba
they've got some
dabba,
great
hey.
content over there. Oh, don't you guys start.
Like, the other thing I can do with my green screen is if I make my hand go really fast.
Well, on that note, goodbye, everybody.
Oh, wait,
That's
let's
just
just
good practice.
On behalf of the rest of the hosts of Funny Science Fiction, we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to be a guest on one of our future episodes, please contact us by means of our Facebook group, Funny Science Fiction. You can find us on Twitter or Instagram using the handle @FunnySciFi, or you can go to DraytonAllen.com and click the Contact Me link at the bottom of the page. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the episode.